Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. Tonight I'm not going to be fulfilling a request. Tonight I'm going to make something that I want to make. This last week I sat around work thinking about, man, what would I like to make this coming week? You know, I've been getting a lot of requests for Malaysian food. I've been getting a lot of requests for more pasta dishes, but every now and again I've got to deviate from that to keep everything fair. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make some Vietnamese food, okay? But I don't want to make anything typical Vietnamese, you know, like with chicken, beef, or pork. I want to do something different, okay? So I spent a lot of time this week doing some research, and I decided to do some Vietnamese food this week with the main ingredient called an eel. Eel. Okay, a lot of people just have a really weird disposition when it comes to eels, okay? A lot of people I know go, ugh, no, eel, no way, man. It's a snake. Well, to tell you the truth, okay, an eel is a fish, and it's not a snake, although it's a fish with a really wicked bite if you get in its way. But the fact of the matter is an eel is a nice, fatty, oily, thick-meated fish. And you can get two kinds of eel. You can get saltwater eel, they're a little bit thin, or you can get the Vietnamese conger eel that comes from the rivers of Vietnam, and that's what I'm working with tonight, the Vietnamese conger eel. When I was thinking about putting this recipe together, I thought, wow, how much the Italians and the Vietnamese have in common, because the fact of the matter is Italians love eel and I love eel, and during the celebration of Christmas Eve Italians make the Feast of Seven Fishes, and a lot of those seven fishes includes eel. They can fry it, they can marinate it, they can roast it, roll it, barbecue it, grill it. It doesn't matter. It's the Feast of Seven Fishes for the Italians. So I'd like to say thank you to the Italians and thank you to the Vietnamese for both loving eel. So tonight I'm going to be making wok tossed eel. Now usually this dish is made with mung bean or glass thread noodle. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to use the Italian equivalent of thin spaghetti, and the reason I'm doing that is for the chew, okay, for the chew of the dish, okay, because mung beans really don't have much of a chew, but Italian pasta certainly does. And to that also I'm going to add some stewed Italian tomatoes to the sambal, or the sauce that I'm going to use to cook the fish. So I'm going to add a little bit of Italian fusion into this Vietnamese dish, but I promise it's going to be delicious. So, as usual with YouTube, 15 minutes, let's get going, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so, before I get to cooking the eel, I need to make the sambal, or the paste. Okay, here is the Italian influence, right here, some stewed tomatoes. And then I'm going to be putting in some freshly chopped turmeric root, okay? Now, to that turmeric root, okay, 25 Thai bird chilies, red, and 2 Thai bird chilies, green, for the heat. A little bit of garlic, and some shallot. Standard Southeast Asian flavors. And I'm going to make a paste, or a sambal. So here we go. We're going to put it in the processor, and we're going to grind it. Then we're going to chop it. Grind it. Okay, this sambal is done. I'm not going to make it smooth. I want it a little bit coarse, a little bit chunky, okay? and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, now I've got some oil heating in the wok, and I'm going to add my sambal. All right, here we go. So I'm heating up my aromatics right now. Okay. Oh yeah. Here we go. Now, this is the chili and the shallot, okay, turmeric and the diced tomatoes, and I'm going to heat this up, okay. Get it up against the side. See that? Yeah, there we go. That's how you cook with a wok. Get it up against the sides where it's nice and hot. There you go. I'm going to cook this for about a minute or two. Get this nice and heated. Alright. This sambal been cooking for about 3 minutes.